Welcome to Ranger Things. We're recording on Sunday, June 28th. I'm Carlo Montagnino, and I'm joined by Brendan Lyons.
How the fuck are you?
And Dave Pacheco.
Happy Moonface Mondays for all you guys listening to this. It's going to be a full moon.
Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Boy, no one's going to sleep in my house tonight. Visit patreon.com/Ranger Things Podcast or rangerthingspodcast.com. Join the Wolf Pack. Follow us on Twitter, Ranger Things Podcast. We are available on your favorite service. Rate and review the show. Let's get into it. Draft weekend. We had a week off.
We did
a well-earned week off. We haven't had.
I needed it.
We didn't take a week off all season.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's great. That's a great run.
Mm-hmm. That's an Iron Man run.
We are on a career pace, so we earned that week off. But then the draft happened. A lot of trades happened. We'll get into some of those, and then probably the biggest news. I don't know what is. I thought I had something here. You guys have any biggest news?
Listen, but there's a lot happening in hockey.
Well,
go ahead. Yeah, before we
go.
I'm
saying, as far as Rangers news, I mean, they traded with Vegas some picks.
Mm-hmm. That's some big news
for an elite scorer. I guess elite scorer
potential.
Elite potential. Elite. How would you put it?
I think both ways. He's potentially elite, and he has elite potential.
Yeah, You're right.
And he's not expensive and fills a big need.
We have our top line pretty much locked up.
Yeah.
Frankly.
But listen, fellas, before we get into the Rangers and all the things happening around the world of hockey, it has been just about 2 weeks, and I'm happy to report that the New York Knicks are still world champions.
No one's taking that away yet.
You'll notice the championship memorabilia that Carlo and I have both worn for this event.
Nice. I'm glad it came in.
I went to the parade, fellas.
Oh, how was it?
And
it was and it was an ordeal. It was an ordeal.
Yeah.
I'm going to take you through it pretty fast.
Okay.
So my brother-in-law, my wife's brother, big Knicks fan, lives down in Florida. He calls me the day before the parade and he says, "Hey, are you planning on going tomorrow?" And I said, "Yeah, man, I'm going to get out of here like very early in the morning." And he was like, "Well, I'm about to get on a flight to come up and I'm staying in the city for the next few days. Why don't you just come in tonight and just crash on the floor of my hotel room?" And I was like, that sounds like a fucking plan. So he was staying at the Holiday Inn on like Nassau, right off of John.
Mm-hmm.
Like right by the Dunkin' Donuts down there. I think that's Nassau. Anyway, doesn't matter. It might be a block east of Nassau. Doesn't matter.
You know, you can request a cot for the room instead of sleeping on the floor.
Yeah. We were piecing together a plan.
Okay.
Right? Anyway, I have my wife drop me off in Jersey City. I hop on the path. I get off the train in World Trade Center to a text message from my brother-in-law that says, "Hotel fucked up. Call me ASAP." I call him. The hotel access. So it was him, his grandson, who's 10 years old, his business partner, and his business partner's two sons. The five of them came up. They each had a room, right? In this Holiday Inn Express. The hotel booked them, instead of booking them for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they booked them for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yikes. They fucked up the booking. So now they have nowhere to stay Wednesday night. And the five of them are in the city. So his business partner books two last minute rooms, the first two rooms he could find. My brother-in-law sends me the address for his room, for his hotel, and it's 106 Bowery. And I was like, oh my God. So I take a cab up there. It's a fucking Taiwanese hostel.
Mm-hmm.
I go into his room and it's an 18-inch walkway and a bed. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go down and see if they have another room. So, because at this point, what do I do? Go back, like go home? There's no way.
Right.
Right. I'm there. It's 9:00 at night. I'm getting a fucking room. I go down, $100. I get a room a few doors down from him. Same situation, 18-inch walkway, full-size bed.
They give you a padlock to lock the door when you leave, right?
I wasn't leaving that room after I got in it. That was it. I am across the hall from the communal bathroom for the floor.
Nice.
And just people are in and out of that all night. And the people in the room next to me would not stop fucking the whole night. And the walls were paper mache. The thinnest walls I've ever seen in my life.
So it was a prostitution bordello, like fuck pad. That is what you're saying. Probably. Anyway, 4:00 in the morning, the three of us are up. We are out. We are in a cab. We are heading to the financial district. Cab drops us off at the intersection of John and Nassau, right at the barricades, right? A block. The cops have everything barricaded a block off of Broadway. They are not letting anybody into the designated entry points until 6 a.m. It is now 4:45, 4:30, 4:45. There is no less than 75,000 people at the intersection of John and Nassau at 4:45 in the morning. So I look at my brother-in-law and I was like, that's the fucking line, bro, to get into the barricaded area. I was like, where is your roommate staying? And he was like, he gave me an address of 16 John Street. I pull it up. It's inside the barricades.
Wow. Nice.
So I was like, bro, we're going to finesse this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into Dunkin' Donuts. I'm going to buy enough shit for 5 or 6 people. Coffees, donuts, blah, 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 blah. You are going to have your buddy send you a screenshot of this fucking reservation. Right? So I go in, I buy a bunch of shit. I buy 1 extra large coffee, light and sweet, and a bottle of water, an extra bottle of water. I take his phone, I take the water, and I take the coffee, and I walk up to this lone cop at the barricade. I hand him the coffee, hand him the water, said, this is my hotel reservation. Me and my brother-in-law just stepped out to grab everybody Dunkin' Donuts. He looked at the very obvious screenshot, then looked at the two of us and a little kid, scooted the barricade over and said, get in before anybody sees you.
Nice.
We walked right the fuck in. Bro, 5:15 in the morning, and the 6 of us are leaning against the fucking rail on Broadway, alone in the viewing pen.
You Sicilians are incredible, really.
Alone in the fucking viewing pen. Then the parade starts. Before the parade started, there was a lot of people in each viewing pen, but it didn't feel crowded. Mm-hmm. The second the parade started, everybody rushed the rails, and there were people passing out every 2 minutes. Just from dehydration. You know, people have been standing out in the streets since probably the night before, some people. And people were just dropping like flies. It was wild. They say 2 million people got into the viewing pens. I think at least 3 million people got turned away.
They said it was the biggest like call out in history to go to that fucking parade.
10,000 cops. 10,000 cops. And New York fans are fucking ruthless. A guy passed out and had to be carried by the crowd, and literally handed to the FDNY. And they had one of those little mobile ambulances that they're like slightly bigger than a golf cart.
And they're like trying to bring this guy back to life on the street. And we could see the parade coming. Like he's barely conscious. And people are chanting, "Move that truck, move that truck." And this guy is like foam coming out of his mouth. His shoes are off. And the FDNY, the firefighter, the EMTs are looking at the parade, feeling the crowd getting more and more anxious. They're looking at the parade like Mufasa looked at the stampede in the beginning of fucking The Lion King. It was one of the wildest experiences of my life. We wound up hanging out in the city for a while after that. My brother-in-law really wanted to try La Industry. Dave, I know you've been to the one in Brooklyn, right? La Industry or L Industry or something like that. Lindustry. It's supposed to be one of the best pizzerias in the city.
No. I go to Industry City.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a pizzeria in Brooklyn called Lindustry. La Industry. They opened up one in Chinatown as well. So after the parade, the six of us go there. There is a fucking 100-person line outside of a pizzeria. And these people are ready to get in the line. And I was like, all right, look, I'm not waiting in line for pizza in fucking New York City. It's not happening. And they were like, well, what are we going to do? We really want to try this place. And I was like, all right, follow me. I'm going to skill this just like I skilled the fucking parade. We walk right into the fucking pizzeria. Just the line, you walk into the front of the pizzeria and there's a line to order. But I looked and there's a guy making pizzas off to the side and you can walk right up to that guy. Right? So we walk right into the pizzeria. We blend into the crowd, get over to a corner. I grab 2 trays from people who were throwing their pizza away. Just 2 empty trays. Walked over to the side counter and I was like, hey, Chief, I don't got to get back in line to order more food, right? And he was like, no, absolutely not. What do you want? And I just ordered all of our fucking pizza right there.
My guy.
Bro, you got to know how to fucking skill these things. You got to be nice with it. I'm not waiting a fucking line.
You are
especially like
a liar, and it's impressive.
The parade would have been one thing because at least I would have been shoulder to shoulder with other people who earned it. You know what I mean? The rules that were imposed on the Knick parade really weeded out the fucking weak. I was surrounded by born and bred New Yorkers. Not a single
born connivers.
Not a single fucking transplant. Where I was. Every single person there was a New Yorker. When I got to La Industry, a lot of fucking Skylers and Mackenzies in the mix. You know what I mean? A lot of influencers on the line. So they could suck a dick. I'm cutting all of you in line. So yeah, ultimately, it was a great day. It was a great day. It was a great day to be a New Yorker in New York City.
Hell yeah. I worked overtime that day. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
A lot of fucking love. People, strangers hugging, taking pictures together. Like Mikal Bridges hopped off the float and gave my brother-in-law's grandson a t-shirt. No, fucking... I gave Alan Houston £1.
That's awesome.
Like it was a good day. It was just it was a happy day. I didn't see any fights. None of that. I didn't see anybody get arrested.
You just saw a man die and not get left through to get medical attention.
Listen. There was one guy who passed out. He passed because you weren't allowed to cross Broadway, same as every other parade. So this guy passes out, gets carried over the barricade. FDNY comes up to him, shines a light in his eyes, and he goes, I think I'm good. Hops up, runs across Broadway, gives his boys £1, and hops the barricade to be on that side of the Broadway with them.
Gotta finesse it.
Anyway,
So that was my parade day. It was a lot. I had a lot of fun. It was a great experience. I got home exactly 24 hours after I walked out of the door. What a fucking day to be a Knicks fan, man. What a day. And it made me hopeful. It made me hopeful that we'll get to do this more. But I'll tell you this. If the Knicks run it back and win again next year, I ain't fucking going. I'll watch it on TV.
Yeah.
One's enough.
Yeah.
One's enough.
Yeah. I have zero desire to attend the Knicks parades. The Rangers have a parade. I'll probably be too. I'll be too old to attend, frankly. But
but that's a different story.
I'd entertain the idea. I'd probably opt out.
If the Rangers, for me, yes, I'd want to go because I never went in '94, and I had friends who went. I had friends who fucking rode on the float with with Adam Graves and shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? How the hell does that happen?
That's crazy.
But
you want to know what's funny, Dave? I went when I was 10. My dad took me, and where I was standing yesterday with my brother-in-law's 10-year-old grandson, I was looking across the street at the exact spot I was standing in 1994 when I was 10 years old in front of the Brooks Brothers with my dad.
Wow.
And he had me sitting on the rails, just like we had this kid sitting on the rails. And I told my brother-in-law, I was like, he's going to remember this for the rest of his life. I remember the Ranger parade vividly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 30 plus years ago. This is a thing that he'll remember for the rest of his life. And that was the coolest thing, was all the little kids. Because no one was a dick. If you had a little kid, people let you right up against the rails to let the kids sit on the rails.
Who do you think is better brothers, the Brooks brothers or Smothers brothers?
I'm gonna go Brooks.
I'll go Brooks too.
I grew up on the Smothers brothers, man. I mean, listen, I'm not one for fashion, but I am one for a good catchy tune with witty lyrics. But I would go to a Mets parade. I will tell you that, because that's probably never going to happen ever again. But if by chance it is.
Did you see that kid crying on the internet that he doesn't want to be a Mets fan anymore?
No.
This kid, it's a poor child. His father thinks it's funny, starts recording him. The kid's bawling his eyes out.
Can we get it going here? Can we get it going? Can we get it on?
I can't wait for that kid to, go to therapy 15, 20 years down the line and then disown his father. It's going to be amazing.
He's crying because the Mets stink.
Yeah, it sucks. But why would you record your child crying? Would you set him up for failure? For all intents and purposes.
I feel there was no internet, but I'm telling you right now, there's actually a great story of me, my cousin Mike, and another one of our cousins on a Christmas Eve at our grandmother's house, all crying because we didn't get any toys from our extended family. And my uncle, Mikey's dad, with his fucking 10-pound VHS camera, literally went one by one to each crying kid and put the camera in our face. I was like, what's wrong? Why are you crying? So
the full story is the kid's crying. He doesn't want to be a Mets. He doesn't want to be the worst. So he decides he's going to switch to the Yankees.
Let it rip.
Why? Why can't you be a Mets fan?
Because I don't want to be the worst.
We're Mets fans in this house.
I don't want to be the worst team.
So which team do you want to root for?
Yankees.
Smart kid. The
Hey,
father. This is the thing. That father. We're Mets fans in this house. Are you kidding? That's. Come on, guy.
Yeah.
So while we got the internet up, do me a favor. Speaking of the Mets, OG Anunoby threw out the first pitch at the Mets game.
I got to look for this.
Yeah. We're gonna do a little.
I gotta look for this. The fucking tenor.
We're gonna play a little game here. I'd like you to search OG Anunoby first pitch.
Okay.
Play that video for me, please. This is going to be real Wolfpack heavy content here.
Yeah, Wolfpack centric, huh?
Probably equals
there he is.
we've heard at Citi Field in a long, long time.
And he deserves it. The tip.
Look at how handsome that man is.
Remembered forever.
Put it in your pants.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
cut
not
it.
bad.
The right sport.
Good first pitch. Great first
Good
pitch.
great first pitch, right? Do me a favor. I want you to search Jalen Brunson first pitch.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, and then we're going to show the Wemby first pitch, which is completely...
Don't pull the rug out from under this.
Well, listen, you telegraph it a mile away.
Auto insurance all seems the same.
Geez.
Until...
So, yeah, we all agree. Anunoby's first pitch. Good first pitch. So now we got Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson. They're going to throw
And they both throw strikes.
Josh Hart on their way to the Canyon of Heroes. First stop, though, the boogie down. Hart and Brunson making first pitches here at Access Stadium. Yeah, let's go. Go to the top. Get on the bumps.
Yeah, they got no. That's bullshit.
Beautiful. Knicks parade is tomorrow. First pitch.
All right.
Okay.
They don't go to the mound, but we agree. As first pitches go, that's a solid first pitch from a non-baseball player.
Yeah.
Go back to that search bar, Carlo. I want you to type in Wemby first pitch.
This one here.
Yep.
Promised you the Victor Wembanyama first pitch. He will be the first pick on
This is
Thursday
3
night
years
in the
ago.
NBA
Okay.
Draft. All right, guys. Here we go.
Oh, God, I hate this guy.
7-4.
Oh, boy.
Let's see.
Oh!
I mean, he's also French.
You know what he's not? A fucking athlete.
Yeah.
He's tall. That's the only thing he is. He's tall. I had a theory that this kid wasn't an athlete. This proves it. Every athlete can throw a baseball.
That's true.
Every
not
single
true.
athlete.
That is
Every
definitely not
single
true.
athlete.
No fucking way.
That's like the baseline test for athleticism in my opinion.
I'm not saying every athlete could throw a 99-mile-an-hour strike.
Can you throw a ball in a straight line?
Every single athlete should have the coordination to throw a baseball in a straight line.
It doesn't
I
even
mean,
have
it
to
was
go
better than 50 cents.
50,
It's-
50 Cent's
He's
not
an
no.
athlete.
We're not. Nobody is pretending that 50 Cent is an
Bro,
athlete.
he had that fucking video game.
The fighting video game?
That's a sport.
I mean,
This is the last thing I'm going to say about the New York Knicks, and then I'm done talking about basketball.
Oh, thank God, man. This is a Rangers podcast.
There has been a lot of
it's 50 Cent. Oh,
Whoa!
Woof.
Woof, bud.
Oh, and I love
Yikes,
Pity.
man. Yikes, dude.
His jersey too tight. It's too young on him. That's why.
Too young on him.
That's just from like 10 years ago, I think.
That's
So
awful. That was
there
bad.
has been a lot of social media chatter about the Knicks having the easiest run in the history of the playoffs.
You literally just said this is the last you'll say about the Knicks.
Oh no, this is it. This is what I'm saying.
No.
This last thing.
I thought you already said it.
No.
Jesus Christ.
This is it was coming. A lot of talk about how they didn't deserve to win. The better team won. The Spurs gave it away. The Knicks shouldn't have even been there. No Boston, no Indiana. And I'm here to say that I don't give a fuck about any of that. You know what history is going to remember? The Knicks won the championship. That's what history is going to remember. And then when they look a little bit deeper, they're going to see a 283 point differential, 16-3, greatest point differential in NBA history. This was the most dominant playoff performance in NBA history, and they clapped every single team they played in embarrassing fashion, and that is what history will remember. The New York Knicks are the greatest team to ever walk the face of the earth.
They only lost 2 games in their whole run, right?
3.
They lost 3 games in their whole
3
run.
games.
Yep. They only lost 1 road game in the playoffs. 1. They lost 1 road game, and it was to the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks, 1 win better than the San Antonio Spurs. Let that sink in.
The Atlanta Hawks, the only team that managed to beat them in their own building. Now,
it seems
let's get back to the
scripted.
Rangers, boys. Let's get back to the Rangers, boys.
It wasn't scripted, but this hat is so stiff. I didn't.
Oh,
I can tell that the brim is.
It's a flat brim.
Look at flat brim, untouched, unworn. It's very. I'm not gonna wear it. I wore it for the.
It goes in the case.
No, this is going this hat, and then I bought the hat. I also bought the hat that Carlo was wearing. Those two will go in the case, and then I've got a dad hat that I'll wear.
So we've got a lot.
Let's talk draft.
Let's talk. We're gonna talk a little bit of pre-draft, then we'll talk draft. Is that all right with everyone?
Yeah. Mason McTavish got dealt to the Blues.
We'll get to the NHL
okay.
part because there was a lot of Rangers talking about Mason McTavish. He was a big rumor for a couple days leading up to the draft. But we'll get into that deal specifically in a bit. We're going to talk what actually happened with the Rangers. Okay, number one. Brett Berard gets traded to Montreal for William Trudeau.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like it. I don't know how you guys feel. I've seen Trudeau play a bit when he comes into Cleveland because he plays for Laval. He's kind of not as good as Brett Berard.
He's a winger as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing.
Presence. He's really just a physical presence. A bit of, he's got the same kind of game, but it's just not as talent. The offensive upside is not there.
Yeah, I don't think this had anything to do with the player coming back. Same with the Edstrom deal. I know we'll get there, but I think, and maybe you guys will agree or disagree with this, I think this is more about Mike Sullivan. Mike Sullivan just does not want this guy on the roster, and I don't know why.
You think he's going for size over skill?
I don't know because he got rid of Edstrom. When the Berard deal happened, I thought maybe that was a possibility, Dave. But then we get rid of Edstrom. I think these are just guys that Mike Sullivan doesn't want on the fucking team.
Do you think if that's the case, do you think Sullivan has earned the right to nitpick and cherry pick and who he wants on his roster, especially since the poor display? Some last year.
I don't think so, Dave. I don't think so. I've been thinking a lot about Mike Sullivan for the last few days. Now that basketball's over and I've been forced to think about hockey again.
I gotta say, you seemed a little bit keyed up, bro. You got something to share with the rest of us? You're on it right now, man. Like
I'm juiced up. I got a lot of coke.
Yeah, you got fucking little fucking booger sugar.
I got a lot. I've been doing a lot of coke. Zero cherry.
Bro, know what's better than that is the Diet Coke cherry.
No,
hands down, but yes, the Diet Coke cherry is better than the Cherry Coke Zero.
Can I tell you something, Dave? Can I tell you something?
Try it side by side.
You're wrong. No. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I think that Diet Coke is. I don't dislike Diet Coke. I think Diet Coke is not Coke. It's a whole different thing. And you like Coke, a Coke drinker is a different thing than a Diet Coke drinker, I think. And I am a Coke drinker. I know people who prefer Diet Coke. Has nothing to do with the diet and it's the flavor of Diet Coke that they like. So it's almost like being a Coke person or a Pepsi person.
The cherry in Diet Coke is more pronounced than the cherry in the Cherry Coke Zero.
You know what you got to try, though? You know when you go to the movie theater and they have that fucking... And they have that the fucking Coke Freestyle? You gotta get the fucking cherry vanilla. That shit slaps.
Cherry vanilla is good. Yeah, I've had that before. I went on a little kick with that.
So good.
But I wonder about those machines though. How often do they clean those fucking taps? I guarantee it's disgusting.
Never
is the answer to that.
Never drink fountain soda. Absolutely the most disgusting thing you could possibly do. No one cleans it. Never. Yeah. No one cleans it.
I don't care.
You know how much crap? You know how many times
mold,
crusted ass syrup flaky.
I mean, we used to work in the movie theater, and we never ever
miss me with that. Miss me with fountain soda. It's the best tasting soda.
100%.
I'm not.
Yes.
But I am not gonna drink some moldy ass syrup. Sorry.
That's what gives it the fucking flavor, bro.
No.
The culture.
What do you think? What do you think gets cleaned at a higher frequency? The Coke Freestyle machine or the butter dispenser?
The butter dispenser.
Yes. Yeah.
That has to be cleaned every night.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's clean, it's spotless clean every night.
Like inside of it?
Inside. Yeah. It's just
How do they
bowl. It's just a hot bowl. So that butter gets reused, and then the bowl is cleaned out completely. It's brand new every day.
How do they clean the line that gets the butter?
Well, the line doesn't get. Well, it's hot oil, so it doesn't. I don't want to say it's clean, self-cleaning, but you empty out the line, and then you could run water through it. You typically run like what's that stuff called? A degreaser through it, and then you wash it with water. Got it. Yeah,
it's good to know.
Yeah, I mean butter. I mean, I don't eat the butter on popcorn at the movie theater. That stuff is like fucking. Again, I'm not
delicious.
a health nut by any means.
It's delicious.
It's so good. It's the greatest.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
It's the greatest thing mankind's ever invented.
But I mean, it's not a sanitary issue.
Yeah. Fire the wheel. Movie theater butter.
Hells yeah.
All right. So Brett Bernard gets traded.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Rangers have the first. They're the fifth pick overall. You don't think too much can happen? It would have happened if it was going to. Then, as the second or third pick is being announced, news breaks. Trade alert. The Rangers send a bunch of draft picks to Vegas for the rights to Pavel Dorofeyev, who they quickly signed to a $11 million by 7-year deal.
7-11, baby.
Which is, I mean, if you didn't get a hard on hearing this news, I don't know what to tell you. This made Drury's draft. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could say what you will about Berard, say what you will about Drury. This is something where, hey, he identified an easy mark in Vegas. They're going to have to get rid of somebody. They're going to have to get rid of a couple somebodies. Who's going to fit in our roster? Who's going to be our next top line winger? Well, we found him, and we got him for a song, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think that was a great bit of business from Drury. I agree. I like him. Not Drury. I like the player. I don't like Drury. At some point, I will learn how to pronounce his name.
Dorofeyev.
Right. I don't know his
name.
I looked at his numbers yesterday. I don't remember them.
65 points in the regular season.
Yeah.
Just
and that's on a
point per game in the playoffs.
And that's on a team where there's a lot of scoring options.
Mm-hmm.
So coming to the Rangers where there aren't a lot of scoring options and definitely seeing top power play minutes, that can creep up into the 80-90 real fast.
Yeah. And there was some complaining about the money, the $11 million a year. But over 7 years, this is going to look like Zibanejad's contract does now. And he's way younger.
Yeah. And he's going to be
almost not, it's like pennies. It really is.
And he's a bona fide top 6 winger. He is maybe top line winger.
On the Rangers, he's the top line winger.
Yeah.
On any other team, he's top 6. Yeah. So that was a great piece of business. Then quickly after that, we make our pick. Albert Smits.
Let's talk about this for a minute.
Yes.
Because something massive happened right before we made our pick.
Yes.
Buffalo trades into the 4 spot.
That's right.
And they reach crazy.
Yeah.
They go way off board with the 4th overall selection. Picks 1 through 3 go exactly how we think they're going to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
McKenna, Stenberg, Malhotra. 4, arguably 3, was supposed to be Chase Reed.
Right.
Chase Reed, a lot of people say he's the best player in this draft and could have gone first overall.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo reaches, passes on Chase Reed, and Chase Reed, the without a close second best defenseman in this draft, maybe best player in this draft, is sitting at number 5 for Chris Drury.
Yeah.
And we take Albert Schmitz.
I do not like the pick.
I don't dislike the player.
Mm-hmm.
He's not better than Chase Reed.
So I'm not going to argue that. What I like about the pick over Smith's over Reed is that this is like a culture pick, right? You could arguably say 1A, 1B, who's better. It doesn't really matter. Smits left Latvia when he was 13 years old, lived on his own in Finland to pursue a hockey career.
Mm-hmm.
He's been playing against men since he was 16. Right? This guy eats, breathes, and shits hockey.
Pucks.
This guy is not thinking about going to college or doing this and doing that. Like, this guy's a fucking hockey player.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't dislike the player.
And yeah. And so I think, Chase Reed, great player, all of that. There is an intangible with Smits because they're basically the same size. That's the other piece here. Like, they're pretty much the same size, 15 pounds difference. So you can't say one's bigger than the other. It's really just that Smits can go into your lineup day one.
Yeah, I think both of them could have.
And he can set an example for this locker room day one.
So
go ahead.
If Chase Reed is the better player too, why did Calgary pass on him? Besides the fact that Calgary's a train wreck, but like if they took Carson Carls instead of Chase Reed when they could have. So like that's what did they both see? You think that
I think that this draft was so shallow in its talent that people kind of just picked their guy and stuck with him. Like, I'm not going to take a chance. Oh, well, this guy dropped to us. No, we've already made the relationship. We've already picked our guy, and that's it.
What I think happened, because a lot of people have been talking about Chase Reed, Albert Schmitz, Carls, and Veerhoff. They've been talking about those 4 defensemen in sort of this like 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, any of them can go before any of them, but out of that pack, really Chase Reed kind of stood alone.
Mm-hmm.
The common consensus was Chase Reed was 1A and the other 3 sort of shared 1B.
Right.
Very close margins, though, between the 4. What I think happened is that Buffalo, in true Buffalo fashion, fucked up. And it sent the next few picks, the next few teams into chaos. And that's why the Rangers and the Rangers did not expect Reed to be there at 5. Calgary did not expect him to be there at 6.
Right.
When he was there at 5, Calgary said, "Oh, Drury's going to take him. We got our guy."
Mm-hmm.
And they were probably trying to in a rush suss out whether or not they wanted Carroll's or Smith's. And they were probably, they were probably running the pros and cons, doing the whole war room was probably doing their homework on that. And then we take Smith's.
Right.
Instead of Reed. So my guess is Calgary, like Carlos said, got a bit gun shy and said, "Fuck it. We've dug it up on Carroll's already. We're taking him."
Yeah.
And Seattle, who was out of this conversation, didn't think they were going to get any of them.
Right.
It was an easy decision because I think the widest margin was between Reed and Verhoff.
Yeah, and I don't think Seattle was necessarily trying to identify fixes. They were just going for best player available, which would be Reed at that point.
Right. So from what I understand, out of the four, who again are very, very close in both talent and size, Smits has the highest floor. Today, Smits is the best hockey player. A year from now, he might be the fourth best hockey player in this group.
Right.
That's I don't know why. I think it's just because Drury is convinced that we're competing next year.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, we're in a better spot today than we were a week ago. Right?
I mean,
and
yeah,
a lot of that's on Dorofeyev. I like Smits as well. That addresses some of our defensive issues. Because, again, he can play day one. So, like, we're in a better spot. Are we competing? No. This doesn't solve the problem, but we're in a better spot. So we can. I'm gonna just go through this. Smits was our pick in the first round. We traded away our was it 26 or 29? I forget what it was.
Yep.
In the Dorofeyev deal, and I'm gonna go through. I'm not gonna go through the rest of the picks.
No.
We made
second round only.
Second round, we made Ben McBeath.
Not Macbeth. McBeath.
McBeath. That's what it says.
Where's McBeath?
Another defenseman. Drafted a goalie in the third round. Drafted another D-man in the third round, and then a center in the third round. Fourth round winger, another defenseman in round 6, another winger in round 6, and then another defense. We drafted a lot of defensemen, which we typically do. Yeah. No surprise there. But again, I'm not going to go through each guy. I didn't do any homework. I don't think we need to. This is really, it's about Smits for me. And for a draft where we had so many picks, I would have liked to have seen maybe us leverage them more to get if we're doing a retool. But it is what it is. We got what we got.
I don't think Drury knows what he's doing at this point. I don't think he even knows what he's doing.
There's definitely no plan in place, it seems like. But I want to get everyone's impression on the draft day. Grading, right? School grade. I'll start so you guys have time to think about it. I'm going to say B-, just because we had a 5th overall and we did make that big trade. That's what brings it up to a B-. Otherwise, it'd probably be an F for me. I think that the Dorofeyev deal was probably career saving for Drury during this draft. Brendan, what grade do you give Drury?
I think he, by the skin of his teeth, gets a C-. If I was just grading the things he did, I'd probably put it somewhere in the B area. But I also have to think about the things he didn't do, like leverage picks. Also, his biggest failure of the evening, biggest failure of his career for the last 12 months. Draft day is come and gone, and Vincent Trocheck and Braden Schneider are still New York Rangers.
That was that's the next topic for us to discuss. All right, so Dave, what do you give Drury? What grade?
I give him a solid B. I mean, I think the bar maybe is so low at this time, but I do like the moves of having Albert Smits as a NHL ready player being drafted. I think that's going to pay. I think it's going to be good. Whether he's sold on them competing this coming year or not, or maybe he's relinquishing some of what he thinks they should do and listening to Sullivan and having 100%. Him shape the team, which might be, right. Which I think maybe Sullivan has a right to, be given that leash to do. So it's his roster. He needs to coach it the way he needs to fill it with players that he knows how to coach, and he feels this is the best way to get the most out of the team by kind of uh assessing the culture. And I think we talked about the culture for the last couple of years of the Rangers within the Rangers, and maybe this is the change we've been waiting to see. So yeah, I'll give him a solid B.
I hear that, Dave, and like most people, I was excited when Mike Sullivan got hired. We as a show were excited.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been thinking about him a lot over the last couple of days, and one of the things I've been thinking about more than anything else is Dan Blesma. Remember him? And yeah, I've been thinking about him and that rabbit hole into. Can either of you name a head coach that wouldn't have won a Stanley Cup with Sidney Crosby, Chris Letang, Evgeny Malkin, and Marc-Andre Fleury?
Mike Babcock.
Really?
No,
yeah.
Right.
Because I think, Dave, you would have won a Stanley Cup behind the bench with those four. So really, what has this fucking guy done to impress me?
Man, you're such a win now person.
Well, Dave, I was told we were retooling, David.
Well, Kirill Marchenko doesn't look like he's going to re-sign with Columbus Blue Jackets. He's an RFA after this year. What do you think about that prospect of him being a rag?
Does he want to come here? We have to pray that the events following the events leading up to and following the Knicks championship makes athletes from other sports want to come to New York.
This is another topic on the docket here. So let's put a pin in athletes coming here.
Topic docket.
Okay. Adam Edstrom was traded out for Massimo Rizzo.
Nice Italian boy.
Fans are going to love him.
Eating the pash.
He's not going to do much, but he's going to eat a chicken parm sandwich.
Yep. The fans in Hartford going to love him.
Yeah. Trocheck's still a Ranger.
Sure is.
He's got, what day is it? It's the 28th. How many days are in this month? We July 1st is when his no move clause kicks in. He's got 2 days to get this deal done.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
Well, why isn't it happening? Right? Because we want a young player back. No one wants to give up a young player for Trocheck.
There's one guy who was going to give up a young player, but Drury wanted too much. Drury is overvaluing this asset. This is what he does. He overvalues an asset to the point where there's no options left, and he gets fucking clapped.
Who was the young player that he was poised to get, as you say?
Wasn't it Strammel?
Mm-hmm. From Minnesota, yeah.
From Minnesota? But he wanted a first, Strammel, and another high-end prospect.
Yeah. So
we're not going to get it. Trocheck's 1,000 years old, and it's been bad for 2 years.
So we have a trade that can't happen, and it's really all mishmashed into a trade that did happen that didn't really involve the Rangers, and that's Brady Tkachuk to the Florida Panthers.
Yeah, who saw that coming, huh?
Well,
anyone with eyes saw that coming.
Right. We already know that Larkin was not willing to go to the Rangers, or is still not. Brady Tkachuk, who the Rangers have been tied to for an entire calendar year,
didn't want to come.
Didn't want to come here. Right. And, what was it? After last season, there was a lot of conversation about, income tax is high, which that's a real thing. the income tax in New York. It's not really a good culture because of the what's his name, the Kreider and the Trouba stuff, and it's maybe people are thinking twice about New York as a destination. And then everyone in the peanut gallery said, no, it's New York. Who doesn't want to play at MSG? Who wouldn't want to come and be under these bright lights, live in New York City, the whole thing, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'll tell you, Dylan Larkin and Brady Tkachuk, they don't want to.
Right. So, and here's my question for you guys. If two guys who went to Milan with Mike Sullivan and Chris Drury don't want to come here, what would make anyone think that Jason Robertson would want to come here?
Right. And and this was brought up on other podcasts, but wasn't the Rangers supposed to be Team America?
Mm-hmm.
Very obviously, they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Very obviously, Florida's looking like that. Minnesota's looking like that. The Rangers look like a bunch of idiots, to be honest. We were fools. It's eye-opening, to say the least.
Like Team America.
To have New York, the New York Rangers not be a destination. Right?
I'm not surprised.
Who is the last free agent who wanted to come to New York?
Panarin.
And look what happened there. Why would Patrick Kane. Why would any other free agent want to come here? Why would any big ticket free agent come here? Look what happened to Kane. Look what happened to Panarin. Look what happened to Chris Kreider. Look what happened to Trouba. Look what happened to Goodrow. Look what's happening to Trocheck. Why would you come here?
Yeah. Chris Drury needs to go.
Yeah.
He needs
I'll
to
tell you
fired.
what. I think Mamdani, the Mamdani effect is going to come into play sooner or later. This guy is cleaning up the city. This guy's freezing rent. This guy's making moves.
I don't think NHL players and Mamdani see eye to eye on most things.
Yeah, I'm gonna back Carlo on this one.
Democratic socialism is here, baby.
I won't argue that. It does appear to be here. But yeah, no, most hockey players, especially Canadian ones.
I mean, the tax rate is worse up there, isn't it?
No, it's less about the taxes.
Democratic socialism up close their whole lives.
It's less about the taxes.
That's terrible democratic socialism. They still let private equity take over everything.
They didn't do it the right way.
No, they didn't.
They didn't do it the right way and still have a much higher quality of life.
No, not really. You still can't afford a house up in Canada.
No, I think if hockey players were from Montreal and Toronto, then yeah, they'd be like, fuck yeah, let's go to New York, bud. But they're from fucking Manitoba and Saskatoon. They are from the Alabama of Canada. So yeah, they don't like the New York lifestyle. Also, they don't want to play for Mike Sullivan and Chris Drury.
Right.
I'm convinced. We need to fire Drury and hire fucking what's his name? That agent.
Brisson.
Pat Brisson. That's who needs to be our GM.
Pat Brisson as our GM.
We need to go full Leon Rose.
Yeah.
Look what Leon Rose did. He turned a dumpster fire into a championship team in 4 years.
That's Charlie Rose's brother, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Is that they just wildly speculating?
Could be. My dogs are going nuts upstairs.
Yeah, I hear them.
What is going on?
Is your wife all right? You better go check on her.
Yeah, she went across the street to the neighbor's house. The neighbors invited us over for s'mores. But I'm sitting here with you two fucking bozos. Not eating delicious s'mores.
Well, maybe if you weren't so fucking long-winded talking about the Knicks, you'd be a half an hour closer to fucking eating s'mores.
Dave, we got to talk. What we're going to do? Not talk about the only success we've seen and as fans in 30.
Yeah, but years? Like it's I don't know. I'm over it already.
I think Dave's just pissed because he quote unquote sees both sides now.
Yes, of course. Exactly. I'm just tired of it. I'm like, all right, the Knicks won. The city was a shit show. You know, traffic was miserable. The World Cup has made traffic even worse, but I am happy to watch the World Cup. But
that's a fucking disaster. Can we talk about the World Cup for a second? Because it shouldn't be here. It shouldn't have come here. We don't deserve the World Cup.
I don't know about that.
I like seeing all the Europeans come here
and love
realize it and loving America. I like that a lot.
But let's talk about the America that they love.
Air conditioning.
They love New York.
Not dying in 108-degree weather.
They love New York City. They love Miami. They love Dallas.
Right.
They love Los Angeles. That's the America.
No,
that's the America that
what
they're
about
saying,
the Algerian team that went to like fucking Kansas City or some shit? They were somewhere in Missouri or whatever.
Kansas City. Dave, there's no such thing as a right-wing city. There is no such thing. Every city in this country, with the exception of Oklahoma City, is a progressive utopia filled with people who go to college and museums and enjoy.
They were Lawrence, Kansas. They were in Lawrence, Kansas. The entire town and city adopted the Algerian team. They were coming out in droves. There was mutual love and respect from the team, from the Algerian team, and that fucking bumfuck Kansas.
What I'm saying, Dave, is if the majority of these fans were in Oklahoma City or in fucking Tucson, their experience would not be the same. And look, I know this is true because look at follow the fucking paper trail of the Scotland fans. Scotland fans are in Boston for weeks having the time of their fucking life. The second they got to Florida, the mood in the TikTok videos changed pretty fucking drastically. They hated Florida.
Because it's 1,000 degrees. It's a swamp.
It had nothing to do with the temperature and everything to do with the people.
Or what about their team losing? I think that would affect their mood too. I mean,
I think that's the primary issue there.
Yeah. I think that was the main thing, is that they lost and they got ousted from the tournament by Brazil.
To get back to my original point, we don't deserve the World Cup. The World Cup is far too joyous of an event for this shithole. Now the fucking Iranian team is not even allowed in the country. Also,
they got bounced. They got bounced from the. Well, yeah, that was shitty because we have a terrible administration starting wars for no reason.
Yeah.
Also,
they weren't allowed from the get-go.
Also, I think the most important factor is 99% of the people celebrating the World Cup in America are from somewhere else. There's never been a World Cup host that gave a shit less about the World Cup.
That might be true.
That's cap. That's pure cap right there.
If we don't care,
America does not give a shit.
Bro, I saw tons of people in Texas, in Dallas, like cowboy hat wearing motherfuckers, fucking cheering on soccer.
I think I'll say this. I think because it's the World Cup, you'll have Americans cheering for America in the World Cup. The second the World Cup's over, they're not converting to soccer. They're not.
Nobody
ever does, and that's always the hope of the World Cup in America. Is like, oh, we have something to rally around, and the United States does. Every World Cup, people get pumped for it, and then it's over, and no one gives a shit. And that's just par for the course. Should we be hosting it? I don't know.
The four of us, we love when the World Cup comes around. Not FIFA.
Yeah.
But when the World Cup comes around, I love it. I seldom watch like the UEFA League or the Latin American. Like I seldom watch the but I do if I catch it on. Oh, look, I'll watch Liverpool and Manchester United or some shit, or GSP and fucking
Right.
I don't know, some random
But
team.
Dave, would you not admit that you are in the tiny minority of Americans who watch soccer?
Yes and no. See, all right, so I'm going to combat that. Are Spanish Americans not American?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Do the
That's not what I'm
majority?
saying.
All right. Is the majority, the largest minority, not Latin Americans in
That's
America?
true. That's true. But white Americans,
do they
white
not
Americans
bleed football?
White Americans don't give a fuck about soccer. Black Americans,
But it's
don't give a
trickling
fuck about
down.
soccer.
It's trickling down.
Asian Americans don't give a fuck about soccer.
It takes a long time. Like, are we ever going to give a shit about cricket?
It's the oldest sport.
Doesn't matter. Cricket's just as old, and cricket is like the number 2 sport in the world.
And it's the number 1 millionth sport in the United States.
Right, but football, but soccer has gained a lot of traction. The MLS league has gotten a lot better, especially talent-wise.
Okay, Dave, I think you're misunderstanding me.
Since I was in high school, when they had the fucking New York, New Jersey Red Bulls in the league, and one of my teacher's sons was playing for that team, that created a huge interest for me.
You.
I was like,
for you,
right? But like anything, growth takes time. How many people in fucking Latin America watch hockey?
None.
Why would they? So what we're gonna have the fucking the world the IIHF World Championship in fucking.
Well, maybe this is Bettman's ultimate fucking plan.
But Dave,
he likes teams below the Mason-Dixon line.
Expand into Central America. That's gonna be.
Dave,
that's it. Games in Mexico City. I guarantee you.
The El Salvador prisoners.
Let me say this, Dave.
They cleaned El Salvador up.
Dave, I think you've misinterpreted what's at the heart of my statement. Soccer is not what's on trial here. Americans is what's on trial here. It's not soccer isn't popular.
No, you're missing what I'm saying with the whole Latin American and the Spanish Americans, I should say, as a whole growing, exponentially larger than quote unquote the white population and things like that. I think that's going to create more interest from Americans as a whole. It's a lot more widely accepted. It's a lot more. Dude, there's so many viewing parties everywhere throughout, even fucking Staten Island. There's fucking viewing parties everywhere. And Bay Ridge, bro. Bay Ridge is ridiculous.
Once the World Cup is done, that's all going to evaporate.
Right.
We'll see. We'll see for how long.
If this World Cup was in Great Britain, or if it was just in Mexico and not all of North America, if every game was in Mexico, if you take this World Cup and put it in any other country in the world, the entire country is full bore invested in the World Cup. Whereas
but you're omitting the fact that they have homogeneous cultures. America is a melting pot. You don't have a unified culture here. You have so many different kinds of people that move here, that immigrate here, that want to live here, that do live here. It's impossible to have that kind of, and the sheer size, dude. What other country besides China, India, Russia has 350 million people in it? Does Mexico have that many people?
I don't know what this has to do with it. Listen, I think
it's a numbers game.
It's not,
and it's a lack of cultural homogeny.
Sure, but in the '96 World Cup, right? It was in America. It was in the U.S. and there was a big deal. We're gonna start converting fans, and actually from that World Cup, we actually did see a spike in youth soccer. Right, that spike did not grow; it just stayed consistent. We plateaued after that. Right. It's great now that we offer youth soccer. We now did it. 30 years later, here's another World Cup. I think they're expecting another spike. But the reality is the people who like soccer, just like hockey, the people who like soccer, they like soccer. It's not going to grow because someone's got to sit in traffic an extra 3 hours coming home from fucking Paramus. It's just not going to happen. Right?
Create a better infrastructure.
Yeah, these are all problems that the World Cup can't solve. Right? Soccer
But
can't
I'm saying
solve infrastructure problems.
It's got to start somewhere. There has to be an impetus from something.
Yeah, but you're not going to rebuild the roads because of soccer.
The amount of people from 96 to now that watch soccer, I guarantee you, is way more than you would think.
I think are willing to watch the World Cup games. Yes. Watch soccer every week. No. And obviously the Latin American contingent in this country watches soccer, right? They're not rooting for the Team USA to win. They're rooting for their home country to win. And that's
fine.
That's fine, but it's not helping America grow the game.
Right.
But for their kids that play soccer and that are Americans and that are growing up through the American system, they're going to see the MLS as a viable option. And that in turn is going to increase American soccer viewership.
That hasn't happened yet. It's been 40, 50 years of this idea of
America has been shit for years though too.
So here's what I think the big L is. If you were to swap the two tournaments, 2026 Men's World Cup in Brazil, 2027 Women's World Cup in the United States, massive American turnout. Because the women's team is legit. Because they can compete on the world stage.
Just don't let them play high schoolers.
Yeah, just don't want them to play the under 16 kids teams.
I mean, people get more excited. People get more excited for women's soccer in America than men's soccer.
Well, America,
because they know they have a shot
for teams that win.
Because Americans notoriously bandwagon jumpers.
Yeah,
right. But so, Dave, let me say this about one of your points because I think it's a really good point, and I want to counter it. I want to add on to it. You accurately cited America as the most unhomogeneous country in the world because we have people from everywhere. South America, Central America, Africa, Asia, Europe, Eastern Europe. What do all of those places have in common?
Universal healthcare?
Soccer.
Oh.
So what does it say that a nation, probably by the numbers, that has more soccer fans than any other nation, just because of the sheer number of immigrants who live here, who have come from soccer countries, what does it say that even with those people, from a percentage standpoint, we would get blown away by a World Cup in Brazil or a World Cup in France or a World Cup in Africa or a World Cup in the United Kingdom? Even with those people here, we still don't compete on a percentage in a percentage conversation. If this World Cup was in Brazil, 100% of the population would be invested in the World Cup. Again, it is not soccer that is on trial. It is not the World Cup that is on trial. It is us, the viewer, that I put on trial.
Well, hold on. I got to interrupt you. There should not be a trial. It's just a fact, a reality that the United States of America doesn't really give that much of a shit about soccer.
Right.
Who cares? Good.
So why?
Fine.
Why? So my point is, why waste such a significant sporting tournament on us?
It's not wasting anything.
I don't think it's wasted at all.
FIFA is making a buttload of money, American dollars, and then all of these host cities are making a buttload of money because the entire world is pouring into their airports and pouring into their stadiums and buying their food and drinking their beer. Boston ran out of beer.
Yeah. Also, don't get me
the best thing that could have happened to these cities is the World
Don't
Cup.
get me started on how we're even allowed to host or participate in the tournament when other countries can't.
Because FIFA is a fucking fraudulent, corrupt.
Oh yeah, FIFA is super corrupt.
Like, we know. Again, like
what I'm saying is, I think America is joining. I think with such divisiveness that's gone on in our country for the last 10 years and more, I think the World Cup being here is one of the most is the most unifying factor that we could have as American citizens than we could have ever gotten.
I am reminded of the scene from Mad Men when he's in the elevator with the guy, one of the guy, the art guys, and he's like, "Oh, I think about this every day. This is the soccer fans. I think about this every day. This is great." And Don Draper, who's just like America at large, says, "I don't think about you at all. I don't think the World Cup has any fucking anything to do with like the country. We could not care less. Doesn't matter how much ESPN AstroTurfs these fucking games, the WNBA is somehow going to draw more ratings. And that's not a failure. That's not a fault. It's just a reality. And Dave, I understand and I appreciate your point, but I think that is a soccer fan's perspective. You're in a bubble where we're soccer fans. This is great. Oh, wow, this is amazing. It's here. And the other 9 out of 10 people are not, maybe they'll watch the game if they just happen to be in front of the TV that Saturday. I think so few people going out of their way to watch this. It's just, it's actually staggering. Soccer fan mind can't comprehend it.
I disagree because you're not in a host city. You know, you don't see what's going on. I was in 2 different host cities this week, and it's fucking bedlam. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And not just soccer fans. I was in bumfuck towns in Texas,
right,
that were where people who didn't give a shit about soccer, Americans, watching games, sitting down watching games with us. I don't know. That's my experience, and maybe it's an exception to the rule, but that's what I have seen. And I think there's a lot more chatter than you guys tend to see or hear about just America being in a lot of everybody's puffing their chest out. This big Oklahoma dude I was with, in my wife's family, and he was talking about soccer. This guy couldn't give 2 fucks about it.
I think that I think that's more of a sports fan deal, right? Like I live in
this
Ohio.
guy. No, don't get me wrong. This guy does not like sports. This guy's like a John Wayne, 60-something-year-old guy, 70-year-old guy.
So he's like, "Oh, the World Cup's close to my home. I'm now invested in sports."
Well, he was talking. Well, maybe that's a little too much, but he was puffing his chest out about how well America was doing.
Yeah, but I think that's just a nature of the World Cup happening, not because it's here in America. Again, I like that it's here in America for 1,000,001 reasons. I don't think there's a problem with it. I just think that the reality of it is that it's not, I guess, somewhat to Brendan's point, it doesn't mean anything extra because it's here for America.
Yeah. I mean, just look at hockey.
Because who's really enjoying it? Europeans and Latin Americans and South Americans and everyone else from all over the world coming here. They're coming here to enjoy it. Americans are not going, like very few. I know 1 or 2 people who are going to games. I have a buddy in Philadelphia. He's gone to like 2 or 3 games now because he can walk to the stadium. Right? It's just something to do.
Yeah.
He's not sitting there like giving much of a shit other than this is something to do.
Yeah. And, I also like when you look at hockey, which would be the number 5 out of the big 4 sports. Right. America just won the gold medal, and I'm not convinced it moved the needle at all.
Not at all. Not an inch.
I don't think anything short of Team USA winning this tournament can move the needle.
Yeah, and even that I think is short-lived. Just like hockey.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate I'm not a soccer fan. I appreciate it. It is the beautiful game. I could
just like the Olympics. Anytime the world comes together to compete at that level is special and should be appreciated. But for me personally, the second Italy got eliminated and didn't make the tournament, I had zero interest in watching it. Because why would I, at that point, why would I want to watch it?
Right.
I have no dog in the fight.
Well, America, you're American.
Unlike people from around the world watching their national team, I'm not proud of mine.
And arguably, I think the U.S., from what I'm understanding, the U.S. team is better than it has been in years past. But would they have made the tournament if we were not the host nation?
Yeah, I mean they have been playing well so far in the round robin stage or whatever. But
I know
everybody has to qualify. Everybody has to qualify.
Right. I know they expanded it. I know they expanded it to 48 teams this year, and I'd be curious to find out if they're in the delta between.
I think the U.S.'s qualifying match was against the USA women's team.
I don't know how many teams used. I don't know how many teams used to get in. I know it's 48 this year.
Half. It was 36.
No,
right? It was
36
team.
No, it's always been because you go into the round of 36. But you first have to do the round robin.
But the round robin was there was.
This is the largest round robin ever.
Probably. I couldn't verify that though.
It is. This is the most teams they've ever let into the round robin stage. My question is, if they didn't increase the number of teams that got into the round robin stage, would we have gotten into the tournament? I don't know where we fall on that list.
Well, we probably. I mean, I don't know. This is all speculation on my part, but we probably had an easier qualifier because we're the host nation. Because FIFA is corrupt, right?
Right.
I will say this. About the World Cup. There is one thing about the World Cup. One team, one tiny little nation that has caught my eye.
What's that?
Cape Verde.
Oh yeah.
This tiny little country off the coast of Africa. Their team is a significant portion of the country's population, I think. They are way overperforming expectations.
Mm-hmm.
They might be the most beautiful people on the planet. I don't know what's happening in the gene pool in Cape Verde, but every single citizen of that nation is an 11 out of 10. They are showing videos of both men and women from this nation attending games, and it is one smoke show after another. It's unbelievable. This has got to be like a blue zone. I don't know. This is,
and I don't want to come off hard on soccer because I have attended with you, Dave. I've attended World Cup viewing parties. I've gone to happy hours after work, and it's a blast. Soccer is probably the most fun sport to watch with other people who are into soccer.
100%.
It's a blast. And I think
they got cheers. There's a drum section.
If you have the opportunity to go to a bar, go to a viewing party or whatever, go watch a game there. You're just gonna have a good time.
100%.
But that atmosphere doesn't exist at my house or even at the stadium in most cases.
Yeah, soccer is a lot like football where it's not better live. It's almost better. It's better at the bar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Football's substantially better at the bar than it is.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I looked it up real quick. So yeah, this is the first year that they had 48 teams qualify. It's usually 32, and the host nation automatically does make it. But we're not the only host nation. You have Canada and you have Mexico as well.
Well,
So
that's
I think
why Canada's in the tournament to begin with, because Canada sucks.
right.
Yeah.
Well, they won today. They beat South Africa, Republic of South Africa.
Mexico is the only auto in that it's like, all right, you would have gotten.
Yeah,
in.
no, Mexico is always a competitor. Yeah, competitor. Ooh.
All right, let's move on from soccer.
How does Italy not get in? First time ever they don't make the round robin round
because FIFA's corrupt. All right.
Can I
More
say something
corrupt
else?
than the Sicilians and the Italians combined.
Wait, can I counter Dave's point real quick about being more corrupt? I don't know who told me this, but I looked it up and I think
no one's more corrupt than the Sicilian.
I can't find
like a true Sicilian.
I can't find a definitive answer, but do you know how forever we have considered Southern Italy one of those blue zones, like Japan, where people live a very much longer than the average human?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that's not true.
Oh, turns out all those 120-year-olds were actually 40.
No. So much worse than that. We thought people were living deep into old age in Southern Italy because long after they had died, their children were still cashing their fucking Social Security checks.
Oh, I love it. I'm so proud of my heritage.
That's who we are.
I look in the mirror, I see welfare fraud.
And it's that type of ingenuity, Dave, that got me into that parade an hour and 45 minutes early. I forget who told me that. I'll remember.
Oh,
I think it was a guy I worked with told me that.
Somebody from Burkina Faso.
Incredible.
John Baruso.
That's fucking incredible.
Oh, God.
Forever, people were like, oh, yeah, Southern Italy, it's a blue zone. People live to 105, 110. Nope.
Yeah, it's the Mediterranean diet that extends their life.
They're dying at like 52 of massive coronaries, and their kids are just cashing their fucking checks for 60 years after that. Incredible. But enough soccer.
I do want to live in. I wouldn't mind living in Southern Italy and Sicily or whatever.
Who fucking wouldn't? I think that's where I'm going to retire, man. Honestly, I think that's where I'm going to retire.
5 years to retire?
Probably. Well, no, I got like 12 or 13 left.
Yeah, I'm going to work until I'm dead.
No, I'm going to work until 55.
55.
I don't have a choice.
Yeah, I'm going to work until I'm 55, and then I'm going to cash out and go to Europe.
I did the math. 75 is my target age.
Well, you fucked up and had 3 kids, bud.
Yeah, I know. So I want to divert from sports altogether. I watched.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I had a real lazy day about the house, and I watched 2 movies, 2 films.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to share this with you guys because I was in such a good mood after watching these movies. Okay. The first one, you can find it on YouTube, but I watched it on the Criterion app. It's The Natural Life of Chickens.
Okay.
It's like a documentary. And it's very light, it's very easy, very funny. And it's just people with chicken stories. This woman who gave mouth to mouth to her chicken to revive it. Funny story. This woman who lives with her chicken like it's her pet cat. Funny story. This guy who raises his own chickens for his family because he wants to grow food for his family. Cute, adorable story. This guy who moved into a neighborhood and started raising 100 roosters for cockfighting. Interesting story, right? It's just a fun, interesting movie, and it was made in such a way where it's just like I just smiling the whole time watching it. That was such a good mood watching this movie. It's an hour long. It's great. What a movie. Riding high throughout the rest of the day. I'm like, let's watch another movie. We're not doing anything. I go to Netflix, and I don't know if you guys have seen it. Nona's, starring Vince Vaughn.
Haven't watched it yet.
Hate that fucking movie.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it years ago.
So It's the true story. Well, it's based on the true story of a restaurant that I used to live across the street from.
Anateka Maria.
Anateka Maria. Probably, truthfully, one of my favorite restaurants ever. It's awesome. The food is always good. It is always fun to be there. It's just a great time. A little pricey, but what do you want? The wine selection is great. Awesome restaurant. So all right, let me watch this movie. I avoided it for a long time because I did not want the movie to tarnish my high opinion of the restaurant.
Right.
Finally watched it. There are moments where they really play up like the Italian American thing.
Yeah, it's very, very on the nose.
It's on the nose. It's on the nose all the way through. Sometimes it's cringy, where it's like, okay, this is like this person actually is putting on an Italian accent and saying it's like,
hey, pass the gabagoo.
They put on Italian face, right? Terrible.
Yeah, put on Italian face. And then there are some times where it is just truly spot on and it's good. I liked it. I liked the movie a lot. It actually another really feel good movie. It is a feel good movie. My favorite part was, he's getting the grandmas together. So if you don't know about this restaurant or the story of this guy, he's opening a restaurant and he wants to hire Italian grandmothers, nonas, to come and cook at the restaurant. So you have an authentic, like, home cooked meal experience at this restaurant. And he's bringing the crew together for the first time to meet. And there's a Sicilian and where's the other one from? Bologna. No, Bolognese. Yeah. And they're spitting at each other, they're cursing at each other, they call each other puttana. And it was like this, but I called it from the get-go because the Bolognese goes, "Oh, how are you?" And the Sicilian goes, "Esse." And I recited the dialogue word for word before the line even fucking came out. I turned to my wife. I go, "Oh, what are you, Sicilian? Oh, where are you from, boy?" And they're doing it a second after I was. It was so funny. That's the kind of level of predictability of this movie.
There was
on the nose.
There was a my people invented lasagna. Well, my people invented cannolis moment.
Yeah.
It was very, very predictable.
Yeah.
Susan Sarandon, though.
Sarandon.
Man.
Show. Mink, yeah.
Forever for me.
Yeah. Dave, you got to check Nona's out just for her.
I watched a really good movie over the weekend. Actually, I watched it on Friday after work. Somebody had recommended it to me last week, and I was like, I saw it on Netflix a bunch of times, and I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to watch a Jennifer Lopez movie. I'm not going to do it.
The Cell.
And then somebody was like, you need to watch Office Romance.
Oh no! Did you watch it?
And I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then somebody else was like, oh, have you watched Office Romance? And I was like, no. And they were like, oh, you should watch it. It's really funny. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then on Friday, a third person was like, have you watched Office Romance yet? And I was like, no. And they were like, dude, it's one of the funniest movies I've seen in a long time. So I go home from work on Friday. I am riding high. I had just finished the new Netflix series, I Will Find You.
Okay.
Awesome series. Real tight 8-episode. Awesome series. It's like, fuck it. There's nothing on right now. I'm going to watch Office Romance. Fellas, from the opening credits to the closing credits, I laughed my fucking ass off.
Really?
Did not stop laughing for 90 minutes. It's fucking hysterical.
Okay.
It's a genuinely good movie starring Jennifer Lopez. I know it sounds wild, but it is fucking hilarious. Look,
better than Marry Me? Is it funnier than Marry Me?
Marry Me was really bad.
Excellent.
It's hilarious.
Exceptionally
excellent supporting cast in this movie. If you pull up the IMDb, it is jam-packed with amazing character actors. Excellent supporting cast. And that's what really makes this movie great. I recommend it. It's good. It's funny.
Well, since we're talking about media diets here, this last week I kind of just crunched down since I had to travel for things. I watched Green Book. Fantastic.
That's the movie about that Italian guy who ends racism in the South.
Well, no, he doesn't end it, but like, he chauffeurs around, a black pianist in like the 60s or whatever, during the greatest time for black Americans or for black people in the South. It's funny. There's a lot of moments that you'll like. Viggo Mortensen plays a good Italian. I'm not gonna lie.
I saw some clips.
Yeah, he's good.
I just rewatched The History of Violence. I forgot how good that movie is.
That's a top 10. That's a top 10 film right there.
So I watched that in the same flight. I watched Apex with Charlize Theron and Taron Egerton. Pretty good Netflix movie, fun thriller, whatever. I watched Cronenberg Shivers.
Good one.
Dope. Never seen it before. I saw what's the other one that's like Shivers?
Tremors.
No. It came out in the 70s. Rabid,
yes.
Same kind of thing, but different.
Almost the exact same movie.
Yeah, I mean, except one. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
both good.
Yeah, both good in their own right. A lot of TNA. And then I watched, Wind River.
Okay.
What's his name? Jeremy Renner, Elizabeth Olsen.
Mm-hmm.
Good thriller written by Taylor Sheridan, who did like the Yellowstone shit.
Great.
Isn't that just a shot-for-shot remake of that movie from the 90s with the wild water rafting? The river, like it's called.
No, Wind River is about. Yeah. It's about
where they're like,
you're thinking about the river runs through it with Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
Or is that River Wild?
The River Wild.
Yeah, it's not at all. Has nothing to do with kayaking or anything like that. This takes place in like Wyoming in the winter.
Is that right? But is Mystic River?
But isn't he like
probably closer to Mystic River than?
Isn't it like a tour guide trying to kill the person on tour?
No.
Vibes?
No. If you let me talk, I can tell you exactly what it is instead of you playing 20 questions right now.
Isn't it just like the Bridge on the River Kwai?
No, definitely not. That's a war movie. No, it's about a Native woman is found dead, and then they find a mystery, and tracking down the people who did it and stuff like that. Good fucking flick, depressing, and tons of indigenous American women go missing, and there's no stat for that because the American government doesn't care. But that aside, really good movie. It was touching and suspenseful enough. Taylor Sheridan's very good at writing like straightforward kind of like stuff. I like it. I dig it. Like good, bad, good versus bad. That's it. There's no hardly any nuance there, which is I'm with that aspect because. And then I watched
he's a good film writer because like he's normally just TV that I've seen him.
Yeah, I think he's good. He did shit. What else did he did that I really enjoyed? Gosh, I got to pull this up on the sauna. But well, while I'm pulling this up, I watched the first 2 episodes of the Spider Noir show.
How was that?
Oh, how was that?
With Nick Cage, bro, I love Nick Cage. He will never do wrong.
Who doesn't?
And it's good because it's like a little goofy. It's Nick Cage being Nick Cage as a version of Spider-Man from like the Prohibition time.
I want to watch it because I don't think we know anything about Spider Noir at all.
Well, like because he like it kicks off. You seen Into the Spider-Verse with the Miles Morales because he's in that. So that's how it kicks off with him. He's like, I normally wouldn't ask this, but I once met a person who asked me what dimension is this. He's like, and I never thought there was anything outside of this. So, anyways, to go back to Taylor Sheridan, he wrote Sicario and Hell or High Water. Yeah, dude. How dope is Sicario?
Sicario.
There's a third one coming out too.
I didn't love the second one.
It's not as good as the first one.
Yeah.
but it's fucking good, man. I don't know. He can write the fuck. I'm glad it was just Brolin and fucking Benicio and that shit, because like who was in the first one? Was the female lead?
Emily Blunt.
Yeah, Blunthead. Yeah, it's like, her being disillusioned about the whole fact of how, what justice is and the U.S. government's involvement in things. And it's just like she's completely clueless about it. Like the naivety of being the good guy, I guess. But
Dave loves when people are forced to come to terms with the American war machine. He loves that story.
I mean, it's good.
It's one of the 8 great stories,
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the fact that you got that movie, that Jennifer Lopez movie, recommended to you by 3 different people, just goes to show how deeply embedded the CIA and MK Ultra is in warping your mind. And,
so you think they were plants?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but how why modern art and stuff like that got such a huge push, because that was from the CIA.
Mm-hmm.
To drum up the nationalism and to the focus away from like the communist like painters and stuff like that, who did really realistic and high profile, like to show how strong and great like Stalin was and things like that. So like then we had like Jackson Pollock and they pushed him, and not that he was per se a plant, but they pushed his art to be like, oh, this is so great, this is so nuanced, this is so whatever. And not to talk shit about him, but like he's not my favorite, but he's he's got some things.
All right. So I have 2 more movies I want to chat about.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nicolas Cage, I had not seen this movie before. Wild at Heart.
Oh,
Nicolas Cage, Laura Dern. It's my favorite David Lynch movie at this point.
Whoa.
So
I still haven't seen it.
It's so fucking good. It's funny. It's the opening scene is the most violent thing you'll ever see in your life. He murders a man with his bare hands. Laura Dern, it's one of her earlier, it's like 2 years before Jurassic Park. Complete and utter smoke show. And she's wearing lingerie the entire movie. Such a good movie. It's so good. It's so fun.
4 years after Blue Velvet, though, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yes. Yeah. It's a great movie. So Wild at Heart, definitely top of my list for the year. Then I watched The Game with Michael Douglas.
Viggo Mortensen.
Fucking movie.
No. See, this is
great fucking movie.
That movie sucked so bad. I've seen it in the past. I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's so bad that I couldn't even sit and like laugh at how bad it was. I was getting angry because it's just mind-numbingly, like, the movie moves forward in a way where it's just dumb. And it's like, oh, well, that's the game. The game's leading him on. It's like, yeah, but why do I have 4 trick endings that are all equally stupid? It's so, and nothing makes sense. And again, yeah, sure, that's like a stylistic choice because he's in the game. You're supposed to be as confused as he is. I was like, and I'm doing so much work for the movie now. It's just bad. It feels like the script was incomplete, or it feels like they had to cut out. It should have been a 3-hour movie and they had to cut a bunch out. That's what it feels. That's what it feels like. And I don't think the script was there, because what they did show was just like sucked anyway. I hated that movie so much. I just anger watched it until midnight, which was so pissed off.
I had something happen to me movie related last week, and I want to know if this happens to you guys, because it happens to me maybe once a year, maybe once every other year. I got home from work the other day, and as soon as I got home, I had to run into the backyard, do some errands in the back. By the time I came inside, Sandra was done with work, and she was sitting on the couch, just sort of like on her phone, but TV's on. She's waiting for a World Cup game to start. And I catch the last 7 minutes ish of Creed 2.
Okay.
And part joy, but mostly despair. I looked at her as I was getting up to walk down into the family room and said, I'll see you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, what do you mean? If I am dropped into the Rocky series at any point in the Rocky series, I have no choice but to find the most comfortable spot available to me, put on Rocky 1, and watch every single Rocky movie back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Does this happen to anybody else? Because for me, it's Rocky, Rambo. Anytime this man...
That's a special Italian-American autism you have.
I'll say this. If I come across...
Lautism.
It's a great pizza spot.
Lotissimo.
I'll say this. If I catch Rocky on, any Rocky movie on, I have to watch it.
Yeah.
Till its conclusion. And usually they'll do, you're watching Rocky 2. Up next, Rocky 3. Okay, maybe I'll start bleeding into that. But then I'll start kind of getting antsy and walking around, and I can break away from it. I definitely do not have to start the whole series from scratch.
I have to.
What about Lord of the Rings? Is that like a 9-hour trek that you go through every time it's on fucking AMC?
No, I don't do that. For some reason, Lord of the Rings doesn't get me the way Rocky gets me.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to do it. I have to do it. And it's such a beautiful story, start to finish. And you know what? I like Rocky 5. I don't care what the
Rocky 5 is fine. I mean,
I like Rocky 5.
I get why people don't like it, but
Me too.
It's a fine movie.
I have to watch them all. And you know what? It's like, they're the most predictable movies ever written. And I don't care. I'm there for the ride. I'm riding the ups and downs of the Rocky saga. It happens to me every single time. Another great thing that happened to me media-wise this week, somebody sent me a reel on Instagram. It's the greatest reel I've ever been sent. It's the greatest reel I'll ever be sent. And I sent it to the two of you.
Yeah, I got it
just a few minutes ago. And Carlo, if you want to play it for the Wolfpack, I've never laughed so hard in my life.
Oh, I gotta stop.
At a reel.
Didn't come. The audio's got to come in. Hold on. Share screen. Window. Share audio.
And it's like the person who sent me this. No one's ever understood my niche sense of humor more than this person, because they knew that this reel would impact my life in a positive way.
Okay, hold on.
Hopefully Carlo can play it. If not,
I can play it. I can play it. I just want to get it set up for you.
I have no idea what this is about.
Neither did I. It's going to catch you way off guard.
In New York, you got to get a slice of pizza, and when you're in Milwaukee, you got
you got to start from the beginning. Start from the beginning.
Hotel.
How do I start from the beginning? Because if I refresh, it's going to be muted.
Okay, then just.
Oh God! What?
Those are the
game notes. Here we go.
That's the game notes. Oh, here we go. Ready?
Crab cakes. When in New York, you got to get a slice of pizza, and when you're in Milwaukee, you got to get a room at the Ambassador Hotel. Go to the rave club, pick up a gay black guy, take him back to the Ambassador Hotel, feed him drugs, drill a hole in his head when he's knocked out, pour acid at it, then he'll escape. Then he'll walk down to the McDonald's where two cops will see a black guy half naked, drugged out of his mind, tell the cops that he's your gay boyfriend. The cops will say, get that gay guy out of here. And then you can take him back to the Ambassador Hotel and have sex with him any way that you want until he's dead. Carve up his body, put him in a tub of acid, let him digest, and then go about your day. I mean, when you're in Milwaukee, that's what you got to do.
Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Bravo. That's good.
It's pretty good.
Oh, fantastic.
Then
he followed that reel up with another reel. And
okay.
It was a guy sitting on, I didn't send this one to you, but it was a guy.
You know, they say when you're.
Oh, God. All right. You could have got the whole thing. It's a guy sitting on his couch with his black dog.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then it cuts over to the television and they're watching 101 Dalmatians. And it's the scene in 101 Dalmatians where one of them jumps into the chimney soot
and comes out black and goes, "Look, I'm a black lab. I'm a black lab." And then he cuts back to him and he looks at his black dog, shrugs his shoulders and goes, "It was a different time."
That's funny.
Beauty. That's art. That's comedy.
That is comedy. That's good. All right. I think it's time to land the plane here a bit. Fellas, we're gonna do Brendan. We're gonna start with you. Who is your star of the week?
My star of the week is going to be. My start of the week is going to be Albert Schmitz. 5th overall draft pick. Seems really excited to be a Ranger. I hope he has a really, really great career. I really hope that the Kako whiff that I'm getting off of him isn't accurate. And I hope this kid is a great Ranger for a long time. He is my star of the week. I think he could have been even bigger of a star if when he asked about being excited to come to New York, seeing as he's coming from Finland, he would have snuck in a wow, nice city. That would have really put him over the top.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's my star of the week.
Dave, who's your star of the week?
Chris Drury for trading for the rights and re-signing Dorofeyev and for Albert Schmidt. Good job, Christopher.
All right. Great. After we just shit on Drury for like an hour. My star of the week is United States of America for hosting the World Cup, for doing a good job of it, and for showing the rest of the world what they could not possibly comprehend on social media, and that is the American spirit. Life, liberty, air conditioning, alcohol, enthusiasm. Despite what you read on the internet, that's their true American spirit. And I'm glad that we can share that with people from all over the world.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, Brendan, who is your fraud of the week?
I got a throwback fraud of the week.
Okay.
It's an old foe, an old fraud. In honor of the upcoming holiday, my fraud of the week are British people.
Yes.
Stop fucking yelling at me because I have Central Air. I don't give a fuck if you can't have Central Air in your stone cottages. You know what? Depose the royal fucking family and maybe you can afford a fucking swamp cooler, you piece of shit. You want to all I see on the internet are these fucking limey losers talking about what a waste of money air conditioner is. You gladly spend billions of dollars a year to keep these fucking corpses alive and in palaces. And you're going to talk to me about the comparative shekels I spend to have a little bit of comfort in my home? Fuck you. I wouldn't be here in this heat if it wasn't for you, you selfish pricks. I'd be on the coast of Palermo right now if you didn't come over here and fucking pillage everything.
Collecting your grandmother's Social Security.
I'd be over there collecting my great-grandparents' entitlements, eating a fucking mortadella sandwich, and sipping on a fucking 32-ounce Coke Zero like that fat guy all over Instagram. I think I sent it to you.
That made me so happy to watch.
Yeah. That would be my life right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't fucking kickstart the American dream because you had to fucking be everywhere. Guess what? Places are hot. Maybe you didn't realize that right before you tried to conquer the entire fucking world
and you put us all here, places get hot. We need air conditioning. So shut your mealy fucking mouth up. Nobody wants to hear your goofy fucking accent.
Hey, bruv.
Hey, bruv. We put everything in pastry over here, bruv.
It does help choke down shitty food.
Their national dish is fucking tikka masala.
Oh, shit.
They have nothing. They have nothing. Fuck you, Great Britain.
Amen.
That's my fraud of the week.
All right. Dave, who's your fraud of the week?
The Mets organization for yet another tailspin year and going down in flames, firing their manager and trading away some beloved players. Yeah. I mean, is that really a shocker? No, but
like you could just put that
hurts.
in perpetuity. You could just put that in perpetuity for the next decade.
It still hurts.
They're your fraud of the week.
It hurts.
I just don't understand it, Dave. I don't understand it. They have money. They're spending money. What's going on there, David?
Players got to play, man. Got to put the right pieces on the board for them to play correctly. I don't know.
I'm not a baseball fan like that, so I couldn't tell you what they're doing.
You're not a baseball fan.
It seems like they have an owner from the outside looking in. It seems like they have an owner who wants to win.
Yeah, of course.
Because traditionally the Mets' problem is they didn't have an owner who gave a fuck.
Right. They didn't have owners who would spend money.
Right. So now that they have an owner who's willing to do what it takes to win and wants to create a winning culture, what's going wrong?
I don't know. I'm not saying, dude, that's the answer to the $64 million question. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
It's the fucking Met. Did you like Mr. Met dancing on the grave of the fired manager?
No, I didn't see that.
So it was like a news report. The guy's talking about, he was fired and talking through all the firing. Mr. Met is on field. Mr. Met, not realizing what this on location spot is about, starts dancing behind the reporter to create like a kind of fun viral moment. And little did he know, he created the most viral moment. Yeah, it was funny. You should check it out.
You know what I think could get the Mets going, Dave? The next road game, Mr. Met shows up, coked out of his mind, starts beating the shit out of the opposing mascot. And I'm not talking about like in a playful WWE, get the fans going kind of way. I'm talking about baseball bat to the head, assaults another person, coked out of his mind. I want to see mugshots of a man, neck down, Mr. Met costume, frazzled hair, nosebleed from cocaine. That's what I want. Eyes bloodshot. That'll get the boys going.
No, they just need coke or methamphetamines in the dugout. That's what they need. That's what the 86 Mets are all about.
You know what you do, Dave? You go to Citi Field. You get them. You lace everything with cocaine. You break the PA system so that there's just KTU blasting into the locker room. You get the beat of New York going in there. Coked out of their minds. Involuntarily coked out of their minds. Listening to fucking CNC Music Factory for an hour.
Razor and Guido on loop.
You know you're gonna be mine. You know you're gonna be mine.
Carlo,
yo, DJ, pump this party.
Gonna be my love.
Who's your fraud of the week, Carlo?
Gonna be my love.
That's LaBouche.
I'm going through the hits, Dave.
Okay.
My fraud of the week is a good question. I didn't think too much about this, to be honest. I had one a minute ago, and then
look at your notes. You can look at your notes.
It's not in my notes. It's all AI generated.
AI generate a fraud of the week for me. Rock.
Well, you know what? Because I have maybe. Oh, I know my fraud of the week. I'll get to it. What I do is I say, here's the format of the show. Find all the news stories for me and just put them out there so we have something to talk about. And then it fills in a bunch of like suggested stars and frauds, and it always sucks. I don't really look at that. Okay, my fraud of the week is my wife. Well, first it's me, and then it's my wife, and I'll tell you why. My wife wanted to play Monopoly with the girls last night, and me, this is where I'm the fraud. I was like, you know what? They're too young. They're not going to sit and listen. It's just going to be a pain in the ass. I don't want to do it. Egg on my face. They were into it. They would listen. They learned how to play. Okay. We're getting into the game, and it's pretty even in terms of everyone's Monopoly net worth. But some people are cash short. Some people are property short. My wife is trying to get property. She has 2 of the purple properties ready to go. She needs Virginia Avenue to make a Monopoly. She then offers my 7-year-old daughter the electric company for Virginia Avenue straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And I turned to my daughter and said, don't take that. You at least get both utilities for this. And my wife's like, don't tell her what to do, but that's a good deal. I'm like, this is a bad deal. You're ripping my daughter off. No, it's a good deal. It's a good deal. I'm like, this is not a good deal. And then I got shooed away. Okay, fine. So my beautiful innocent daughter makes the deal. She gets the electric company and gives my wife her first Monopoly. And Dave, I sent it to you. I sent the trade to you. What did you think of that trade?
Oh, she got fleeced.
My daughter got fleeced.
Yeah.
So
wouldn't that make your daughter the fraud of the week?
No, because she's 7 years old. It's her first time playing
grown-up Monopoly.
Grown-up Monopoly.
I mean, listen, there's only one way to learn. You know what I mean? You got to cut your teeth. You
By getting ripped off by your parents.
You got to get ripped off by your parents.
Who among us hasn't been ripped off by their parents and are better men for it?
Yeah,
I'm still getting ripped off by my parents.
I mean, aren't we all?
All right, so yeah, my wife is the fraud of the week this week. I'll be sure to tell her before I go to bed tonight.
Mother of the year, ripped off your own daughter, Monopoly.
Yeah.
Whisper in her ear right before she falls asleep. You're a fucking fraud.
You're this week's fraud of the week. That'll get the juices flowing. That's it for this week. Thank you all for listening. Visit RangerThingsPodcast.com or Patreon.com/RangerThingsPodcast to support the show. If you're a Wolfpack member, you would have seen a lot of cool stuff.
You would have. If you didn't fucking suck, you would have seen a lot of cool stuff.
Hey,
shout out to John Baruso, brand new Wolfpack member.
Oh,
I got an email notification. I got a notey. I got an email notey.
Welcome aboard, John. Friend of the show. We should get him on the show. It's off season. We're not doing anything else.
Thought he was a Wolfpack member for like a year and a half.
Nope.
But it turns out he wasn't.
Nope. Yeah. So join John. Be a Wolfpack member. It's for the price of a quarter of a cup of coffee per month. You can support the 3 of us in living the dream, frankly. Follow us on Twitter, RangerThings23. Send us an email, contact@RangerThingsPodcast.com. For Dave Pacheco.
Good night, Ranger fans, and have hope in Chris Drury.
Brendan Lyons.
Good night, Ranger fans. And if given the opportunity, I'm not saying burn anybody at the stake, but if you had to burn one person at the stake, you know what? I'm going to stop right there.
Yeah. But you understand what he's trying to say.
MK Ultra.
I'm Carlo Montegrino. See you all next